Test. Okay. 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 Very nice. Okay. Hey, Reggae. I noticed that too. Is that normal? Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Hello. How you doing? All right. Can you hear me, Snacks?
I can hear you fine.
All right. Cool. So I'm very pissed off at my viewers. You guys didn't tell me that I'm not supposed to fight this asshole yet. I think you guys were fucking with me. Apparently, you're not supposed to fight this guy until you're like level 30. You guys are a bunch of motherfuckers. Anyway, so how's your day been going so far?
Just glad I'm home.
Anyway, yeah, Snacks is going to be on the call tonight. We're not going to be playing anything together, but he will be on the call for a good chunk of the night. Yes, he did. I just saw it. Yeah. Within every person, there is the undeniable urge to coom. Hey Ethan, how you doing? Yeah, I talked with my friend earlier today, and he was like, "You're not supposed to fight that thing until you're level 30, at least, maybe 40." And apparently, he's an optional boss. You could beat the whole game without fighting him once. Of course, I'm probably going to end up fighting him, but I was under the impression that he was like the next boss to fight. Anyway, class after class of ugly, ugly children.
Oh, I hardly think the children's parents has anything to do with it. It's getting alright. I've had it. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
that's just the stuff you can't get away with anymore when you're trying to write a sitcom. You can't call the kids ugly.
You can't imply that a perk of being someone who works in education is being around attractive children.
That's pretty good.
No.
I've had people ask me before if I ever wanted to become a teacher when I got older, and it always sounded unpleasant to me. It's not anything I ever really considered. Seems like you don't get enough out of it. Is Christopher Lee still alive, or did he pass away recently?
Passed away, I think, in 2015.
Oh, that's too bad. He made it. He almost made it to 100. He was pushing.
If somebody was going to make it to 100, it really ought to have been him, but, like, Queen Elizabeth didn't either. Let's see here. Yeah, he was really close. He was 93. Passed away June 7th, 2015.
Eugenio draws de walk. I mean, I guess if you make it to that age, you definitely died of old age. There's no way he, like...
Well, he only died being 3 years younger. Not in the sense that he was actually 3 years younger than her, but she only lived for 3 more years than the Queen. So, he's pretty close.
He's got nothing to feel bad about. Nice. All right, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Gotta be one of the most incredible lives that anyone's ever lived. Christopher Lee to live that old despite doing all those things, being a blockbuster actor as well as a well respected for, having great talent actor,
Mhm.
and also being a heavy metal singer for a little while.
Also, his service during World War II was in British intelligence and served with commando units.
That'd be an interesting thing to thought experiment. What person has lived the most amazing life in history in terms of the breadth of their accomplishments?
Well, Christopher Lee's got to be up there because he was also touched by history in a lot of different ways. Like he was essentially the British Forrest Gump. He met a hell of a lot of people. Um, that is just like what the fuck. He met Rasputin's granddaughter and also the assassins of Rasputin.
Really?
Yes. Of course, he met J.R.R. Tolkien and was the only person who was in Lord of the Rings who got literally the man himself's official permission to be in the movies.
Wow.
He was a descendant of Charlemagne, which is why he was so obsessed with him as a historical figure. Um, because of that, you know, being part of like being able to trace his family lineage back like that, uh, he wasn't essentially a member of the aristocracy. However, he was of noble blood. As a result, he rubbed elbows with a lot of different people who were part of royal families throughout Europe. He was on personal speaking terms and close friends with the King of Sweden, which is interesting because he didn't end up marrying this woman, but the first woman he was engaged to, um, her father really didn't like him.
Hmm.
So as a request to be like an absolutely outlandish fucking thing to request is say, okay, you can marry my daughter as long as you have the permission of the King of Sweden. So Christopher Lee's response was, "Oh yeah, Carl and I are good friends. I'll call him up right now." So fucking like a week later, the actual King of Sweden himself visits the man in person to be like, "Yeah, Chris here. Chris. He's a good boy. Your daughter could do a hell of a lot worse."
It's like the Neil Armstrong thing when he was a kid. Possibly
Muhammad
apocryphal.
Muhammad Ali was actually a huge fan of Christopher Lee's movies to the point where Christopher Lee, feeling starstruck when he met Muhammad Ali was starstruck when he met Christopher Lee, to the point where Muhammad Ali would go out to win a fight, and then, in being interviewed in the post-fight, he would say, "I dedicate this victory to my good friend Christopher Lee, who I know is watching the fight at home." At home, actually, was the Playboy Mansion where Christopher Lee was chilling with Hugh and some of the girls watching the fight.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
he
remarkable.
was cock of the walk and then some. When literally they watch Muhammad win the fight, and wouldn't you know it,
Hmm.
dedicates the fight to Christopher Lee.
Yeah, he's like Forrest. Like, I'm not too familiar with Christopher Lee's great acting roles. Like, obviously, he was Saruman, he was Count Dooku, but those were his, make a big payday roles more than anything.
Right.
I mean, he did a good job as Saruman, of course. I'm not taking anything away from him. But, like, obviously, he was Dracula, right?
Yes. Uh, he also really inspired a lot of the portrayal of not just Dracula, but also many different horror monsters
Hmm.
throughout all of history. Christopher Lee was the first person to portray Dracula in a romantic and sexy and seductive manner.
Interesting.
So the reason that vampires are hot in any appearance where vampires show up, anytime they're sexy, Christopher Lee's the reason why.
Interesting. Never really thought about it like that. It's kind of like how Marlon Brando influenced how male actors are supposed to act in a Streetcar Named Desire. Before then, all men were just very stoic and straight laced.
Yes, and he also helped define a lot of the style too. That guys like James Dean would, take the ball and run with it bigly.
Hmm. That Nick Cage Dracula looks. Well, you and I kind of have different definitions of good. I think it looks. Well, I mean, it's very obviously intentionally schlocky. I'll give it that, but I don't know if I'd say it looks good. Oh, JS, he's broke. Like Nicolas Cage is beyond broke. That's why he takes all those terrible roles. I thought that's been known for like 15 years. He takes every role that comes across his desk because he desperately needs the money. Right Guy says, according to Wikipedia, Christopher Lee was in the Finnish army. So he has
No, he
lived a
wasn't.
pretty remarkable life. He's touched everything. It is like
I don't.
Forrest Gump.
No, he wasn't in the Finnish army. He volunteered during the Winter War, because he and plenty of other guys who were English, when World War II started, a lot of people forget about this because this part of history isn't really taught. Because there's not a whole lot of people. We were all born decades after the war ended, so we can only see the Soviet Union as being those guys who helped us fight Germany and blah blah blah. Well, until Germany invaded the Soviet Union, the Soviets and the Germans were good friends, and they were really similar. And basically, the Molotov von Ribbentrop Pact was an agreement between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany to split up Europe between the two of them. And that led to the Winter War in 1939, where the Soviet Union was trying to retake Finland, as it used to be part of the Russian Empire, and they failed. So at the time, there wasn't a whole lot going on in terms of conflict between the British Army and the German Army. So at the time, a lot of guys in the British Army went to where the fighting was. They were sent as volunteers. The same thing happened during the Spanish Civil War years previously. But in the Winter War specifically was because the Soviets were viewed as being the Germans' friends, and they figured we're going to have to fight these guys at some point anyway, so they went over there to kill communists. Now, being on the side of the Finns and serving as a volunteer is one thing. I don't consider it being part of the Finnish army. I don't think that's right. But that's just me.
Somebody in chat said Genghis Khan. I mean, obviously he did a lot, but I feel like that's a little bit different when you have to become one of the most notorious anti-heroes in the history of the world. I don't know, that's a little bit different. Like everybody loves Christopher Lee. He didn't have to trade anything in. Didn't Hitler hate Russians? Snacks can probably chime in on that.
Well, Hitler hated pretty much everybody. But yes, Slavs were definitely not exactly good people. Is I'm not going to get too much into this because obviously we're starting to talk about things that are very difficult to discuss in current year when you're trying to, create content on the internet for money. But to answer your question, yes, he was not fond of many people. He didn't think that Slavs were all that nice.
Remember the groundskeeper Willie bit about how Scottish people hate everybody? It's like that.
Yes, But it's worth mentioning that for a very long period of time, the top two producers of refined oil, well, crude oil in general, but also refined oil, in the world were the United States at number one and the Soviet Union at number two. And that was the reason the Germans were so successful early in the war, is because of the pact between Germany and the Soviet Union. Economically, they were big trading partners, and that's where a lot of the oil and everything was coming from. So when people tell you how the Soviets were so important to winning World War II and that they did so much of the heavy lifting and so much of the fighting and so much of the blah, 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 remember the reason Germany was so strong in the first place was because their vehicles were literally fueled by Russian oil. You know, don't forget that.
Stop fouling off pitches, you jackass. Just strike out. Shit or get off the pot.
I thought you were playing Elden Ring, not the show.
You know, I will say the lore. I know you said you're not super interested in the gameplay of FromSoft, but like I think the lore and the setting of these games is something that you would like.
Maybe.
It seems like something that you might be into. Oh my God, Castillo. Can't can't get an out. We really can't afford for this to happen right now. Holy shit. We really can't afford for Castillo to do this. We need like 8 innings from him because our bullpen's exhausted. Yeah, I saw the Harry Potter news. On the one hand, I do think the Harry Potter story lends itself very well to a TV show. On the other hand, the movies they made turned out fairly well. And I don't know if they need to be doing that. Oh my God, dude. Castillo just getting absolutely lubed up right now.
Based.
Like, it's not like they made the Harry Potter movies and they were a complete disaster and they desperately need to do it again to undo the stench of it or anything. So I don't know how to feel about it.
I know what you mean.
Well, it's also kind of like Star Wars, where if they're going to make more Star Wars stuff, because now there's a story that apparently Disney is going to make 3 more movies, Star Wars movies, around Rey as the main character.
Yeah, that's a terrible fucking idea.
And it's like, if you're going to make more Star Wars stuff, why don't you just get really far away from everything that's been done so far?
Yeah, that would seemingly be the option that's not stupid. However, what you're not paying attention to is the fact that even still, their business strategy consists only of just trying to make the easiest possible money off of pathetic nostalgia nonsense. It's not going to work for them if they try to create new characters, because even when they tried to create new characters before, all they did was create a Mary Sue with no weaknesses and then feed her as much, unearned bullshit as they could from characters that we already associated with. They've invested a lot into this horse, this character of Ray. If they created a brand new character and they got away from the ones that we know, they'd either have to do something like, "Oh yeah, here's young Yoda," because it's taking place 800 years before the original trilogy or some shit. Like, they fundamentally can't create new characters or go in new directions. They've proven that.
Yeah, I just like do something in the Old Republic or something. Just get really, really far away from everything that's been done so far. And then you can do whatever you want.
Well, yeah, but they don't want to do whatever they want. What they want to do is just try to easily print money by just remaking, remastering, rebooting, whatever, just doing the same shit over and over again. They can't come up with a new idea. They can't come up with a new original concept.
Hmm.
I mean, you don't even have to do something that hasn't been done before. You just have to do something and then have it be good. That works too, you know? Because I mean, like, I frequently bring it up, the original Star Wars does not tell a story that is brand new or unique.
No, not at
Rather,
all.
it is just a fundamental case study in a near flawless execution of the hero's journey. The characters are original. The 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 setting and the plot and all that sort of stuff is original. Like the underlying foundation is the same shit we've been doing since Gilgamesh. But they did it good. Is
There
the
really
difference.
aren't any new stories left to tell.
Is somebody there? Might I venture in?
Yeah, I mean, remember that fucking Shakespeare was saying nothing new under the sun back in the 1500s.
I can't be sure what it is. My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander.
But anyway, what I was saying was that's kind of how I feel about Harry Potter. Like, stop telling the Harry Potter story, branch out into things that have nothing to do with that story, and tell another story. Like, I liked Hogwarts Legacy, but the story wasn't great. I think they can do better than that.
Now that you said you liked Hogwarts Legacy, another car part's gonna come into the comments and start shitting up the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have another way we can get around the thought crime filter.
Yeah.
Somebody who enjoys Bud Light.
And wears Nikes.
Well, because like you've seen that absolutely ridiculous
Oh, yeah,
Bud Light
yeah.
commercial. Yeah. Yeah. Bud Light sales are not exactly doing good in response to
I
this.
did see that. Like, that is not the crowd you want to try to... Like, that makes no sense to me. Like the whole idea of having another Star Wars movie trilogy starring Rey. Like, where... It's not coming from a business... It's not a business decision. It's a Kathleen Kennedy wants it, therefore it will be done decision. That's got to be what's happening here, right? Because that can't be good for business. For Budweiser, I mean. I was trying to explain to my parents what Dylan Mulvaney's famous for. It was very hard to get them to understand.
very hard to get me to understand, man. I don't fucking.
Mhm.
I don't get it either.
I will say that all this stuff has successfully gotten my mom to despise them. So, that's happened.
Yeah.
As time went on, I grew to despise them.
Exactly.
Nope, nope, nope. Fuck off. Fuck off. What the hell? Oh my god, dude. That was really, really fair. Oh my god, put the bat on the ball. Like, they would just not stop coming. There was nothing I could do. I could either turn around and stand my ground or run to nowhere because there's nowhere where I could run where they wouldn't follow me. Gross. Oh my god, what is wrong with this dude's strike zone? Suck a pee-pee. But when does your Warhammer thing come out? Like 3 days?
13th,
Yeah.
Thursday.
Okay. Very cool.
Oh.
Buying or selling?
Got to the point quickly. Um... Oh, you have to buy the key. Okay. I see it. Okay, nice and easy pop fly. Alright, do I have enough in my inventory? Yes, I do. Oh shit. Someone's shooting at me, huh? That was close. That was actually really close. Okay. Oh shit. I seriously doubt I'm meant to fight this guy yet. But I think he's already seen me. So a confrontation may be inevitable. I can? Okay. Oh, shit. Almost. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I took care of all my business around here first. Alright, guy, are you trying to get me in trouble? Shit. Okay, I can't ban that person right now, so, everyone just hold on for a second. And he can hit me from a distance, man. And I can't pull out my map because he sees me, I guess. Ooh, what's this? Oh, perfect map. We love it.
So what was this? About banning somebody?
Somebody's in here talking about buying chatbots and viewers and followers and shit like that.
Oh boy, that's not good.
It happens a lot less on Twitch than YouTube. I can at least say that. YouTube bots are a huge problem. Because it's way too easy to make a YouTube account compared to a Twitch account. Twitch, you have to like tie it to a phone number or whatever.
I wouldn't know, man. I made my Twitch account back in like when it was Justin.tv back I think 2010, 2011 maybe. So I can't remember what I had to do. It was 12 or 13 years ago, man.
I remember Justin TV. I remember doing like broadcasts of NBA games on Justin.tv to like 2 viewers because I had nothing better to do. It's for the days. Yeah, I've thought about streaming on Kick. I've looked into it a little bit. It seems much more friendly to content creators, but it's also obviously a much smaller user base. But Kick might be interesting because presumably they're not going to be so authoritarian with the way they run their site. But we'll see. I'm not unhappy with the way things are going on Twitch at the moment. But, like, Moist Critical's made many videos now about how he thinks Twitch is a sinking ship. And he's often right about these things, I think. Whoa, you have no HP, my guy. I think he has less HP than I do. What the heck? So if you can get close to this guy, he goes down pretty easily, it looks like. Phenomenal. Oh, really? Do they let people stream, like, slots on Kick? I think they cracked down on that stuff on Twitch recently, where you can't just stream, like, slots and shit. Like, there are actually people who will watch somebody stream a gacha game. Like, there are people who play shitty gacha games on their phone and stream it, and people actually watch. Which is crazy to me. Like, that's the funny thing with Darkside Phil. It has become a very poorly kept secret that he's a whale in this gacha game, WWE Champions, spending like 45 grand a year in it. And he has to keep it a secret because he has to pretend like he's destitute and living paycheck to paycheck, so his supporters will keep giving him money. When in reality, he's spending 45 grand a year on a mobile game. All he has to do is come clean and be like, yeah, I'm a whale in WWE Champions, and then start streaming WWE Champions. And one, he could start writing off all of his microtransactions as write-offs for taxes. And number two, people would actually come and watch him and support him for that. Like, that would actually fix all of his problems in his personal life, but he won't do it because he's too married to this, to pretending that he's not the whale. Like, if he started streaming WWE champions, people would watch. Ah, we found the grace. Yes, perfect timing. All right, guys, I'm going to take a short break here. When I get back, we will continue on with another hour of Elden Ring. So everyone just sit tight. Be back shortly.
How long is your
Okay,
break
we're
gonna
back.
be?
It's over now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 All right. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking game for sure. May I please have a water? Yeah, Elden was part of the schedule, JS. I definitely had it on the schedule. I wonder whatever happened to that guy. I hope he's not in jail somewhere. He'd be like the Tiananmen Square man. Some martyr. I'm West African. I can say if I want to. Hell is he doing back there? Is he beating his meat? Oh,
Yes.
he is. Unironically. Hard to believe in him. Yes. Yeah, the games I did that were not part of the schedule were like Wolong and the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog and Fortnite. Although I always knew one day I was going to do a joke Fortnite stream. Max was killed by Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, that fucking sucked. Because I wanted to be part of it, and I was all ready for it and everything, and then...
You wanted to no-scope some noobs. I can see why the game is popular, though, because it's so easy. Like, those first two games, nobody I played knew how to shoot. If you have any drop of competency whatsoever, you're going to do well in that game. Way to pop up the pitch right down the middle on 2-0 Teoscar. Let's see if these guys can help. Okay, do you guys do anything? Okay, there we go. Hey, Jason FYM, welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? Dude, are you guys, like... Did I just summon a short bus full of ghosts or so? Okay, they follow me. Oh, cool, Jason. Welcome aboard. Dude, these ghosts literally ride the short bus. Come on, do something. Oh, cool, Jason. Yeah. Uh... Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm doing fine. Alright. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. And these ghosts are stupid. Literally riding the short bus over here.
Whoop. Ugh. Oh shit. Okay. He shouldn't be that bad, but I really shouldn't have aggroed him until I was ready. Kelnick's been playing really good lately. Right, guy, I don't have a problem with him right now. Kelnick's been great. Wow, nice. Oh god, he can jump R2 too. He knows the trick. No!
Oh, nice. They killed the boss for me. Or, not the boss, but the mini-boss. They actually killed him for me. Awesome. Rip. Wait, did that kill him? No, it didn't. Can he even get it back up here? No, he can't. Look. Oh, he can. Okay. Oh, iframes. He's got iframes on the ladder. Bite me. Oh, dude. Come on, Cal. Hits it that hard for nothing. Fuck, man. Dude, we're about to get like basically blanked by Drew Smiley and friends. This is embarrassing. Drew Smiley and friends is actually a great nickname because it sounds just like Smiling Friends. No, what the? Who? Oh, they're throwing shit at me. Are you? You motherfucker. Well, that sucks. I'll try to run past him this time, I guess. I do have my horse. No, wait, I can't use the horse in here. That's right, okay. I'm not gonna fight all these little assholes again, if I can avoid it. Where's the ladder? Oh, okay. I need to upgrade my strength so I can kill those guys in 3 hits. Yeah, not surprising, Reggae. You guys come to me. How about that, huh? Dude, do you not see me? I'm right here. There we go. I mean, Castillo played well enough to win at the end of the day, right? You got to score some runs. I don't see how this is his fault, even. He wasn't the best version of himself. Oh, God. That actually landed fair. Son of a bitch. Alright. Yeah, it did not take long for us being really cheap this offseason to come back and hurt us, huh? That's what it's looking like to me. I mean, look at how thin our bullpen is, and we're in game 11. Jesus. Oh, shit. Asshole. Dude, pull out. Yeah, thank you. There we go. Oh. This guy's strike zone is massive. Wish anybody with a lot of money bought the Mariners. I don't really care who it is. Anybody who has a lot of money. I don't care if it's like an oil sheik or something. I don't care if it's Elizabeth Holmes. The other side of the wall. Yeah, Snacks is still on. He's just being quiet.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say, guys.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on right now. It's just one of those nights.
I'm also really hungry, so I'm thinking about doing something for dinner, but I don't know what.
Do you have money for it at least?
Well, I have plenty of money, but aside from wanting to save it for long-term stuff, you know, like not want to just go eat out every single day, my dad went grocery shopping earlier today, so there should be stuff. I'm just trying to think of what I would want to do.
Some SpaghettiOs.
And water.
I don't think I've ever had SpaghettiOs. Hey, Austin.
Chef Boyardee isn't bad. It's just, it is exactly what it appears to be. It is mass-produced pasta in a can.
Mm-hmm.
So to make it taste better, you know, there's like a lot of stuff in there that wouldn't normally be in there, you know, like sugar, and it doesn't really taste like pasta. And you know the noodles are a lot softer than you'd think, and you know all that kind of shit. Like, it's not bad, but it's mostly stuff like the reason it's food for kids is because kids are the only ones who would be really willing to eat it.
Mm-hmm. All right, got out of it. No problem. Ooh. Hey, dude. Dude, you're a ghost. Walk through the bars. Dude, you have nothing to worry about. Trust me. Just start walking. What the heck? Whoa, it's a tank. The hell am I supposed to do with you? It's a slug that can't do much, but it also doesn't take damage. Look at that. What are you gonna do? Just wail on him? Oh. Oh. George R.R. Martin famously did the writing for this game, and one of the main bosses that you fight in the game is the Dung Eater. So, I guess nobody should be really surprised. There's literally a boss in this game named the Dung Eater. I'll play the clip again.
Sunset found her squatting in the grass, groaning.
Play the clip
Every
of
stool
having the water.
was looser than the one before, and smelled fouler.
No, the George R.R.
By the
Martin
time
thing.
the moon came up, she was shitting brown water. The more she drank, the more she shat. But the more she shat, the thirstier she grew.
Yeah, George R.R. Martin's... honestly, a lot of fantasy writers seem like degenerates to me. The stuff you can get away with in literature is kind of astounding. It's like, you know how in the anime the ugly, nerdy, weird kid always ends up with like the harem of sex slaves? It's kind of the
Yeah.
same idea. Wish fulfillment, endlessly. Endless wish fulfillment.
Definitely one way to put it. And by one way, I mean the correct way.
I'm gonna fight another one of these guys. Get away from me! Oh shit. Now you're involved, huh? Nice. Is he going for third? No. And I'm just gonna bypass this asshole. I can't believe he actually managed to pull that one. That one was way outside, and he pulled it beautifully. And Blade Talisman. Okay. Island off the edge of this castle. Hold on. You mean up here specifically? You talking about like that thing over there? Yeah, I don't think I've been there. Alright. Let's try. Oh, really, dude? You're gonna puppy guard the damn... Look at this. Dude, go away. Dude, this guy's an asshole. He's not even gonna let me get down off the ladder. Oh, come on, man. God fucking damn it, dude. What a fluky hit. Dude, this whole game's a goddamn fluke, I swear to Christ. Like, it just happens to go right to the guy. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What god-forsaken shit luck. Shit. Okay. Wow, there's like very little fall damage in this game. I'm impressed. Oh! Hit Julio in the elbow. Okay, France. We got a runner on second again. So I guess it kind of all worked out. What? Ah. Interesting. That could be useful. The ball was behind him, Rye Guy. I can't blame him for going. It's just really unfortunate luck. Okay, Pinot. Oh, okay. I remember these types of places in Bloodborne where you have to slowly fall down so you don't die. Well, I mean, it's gonna set up the game-winning single, maybe, I guess, at least. Be wary of Pack. You know, none of the messages in these games ever makes any sense, I swear. Oh, shit. Maybe that's what they meant? Maybe that's the Pack? Come on, land. God damn it, dude. Can't catch a single goddamn break. Fuck this game, man. Why is he swinging at the first pitch anyway, by the way? You don't... Well, I survived. Perfect. I actually didn't think there was going to be another one. Right. Really, really fucking stupid, dude. Shit, I did not want to fall down here. I can't teleport because I'm aggroed to enemies, I think. I don't see no ladders. It doesn't really matter if I die, though. Oh, is that the boss? I guess I'll just head right over there. And if I die... Oh, I'm not going to really lose anything. Yes, okay. Oh, this is the boss? Well. Yeah, okay. See, I'm still kind of trying to figure out, is this game a parry game, a dodge game, or a block game? I think it's like a dodge game, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Lay off. Jesus Christ. Relentless. Wonder if a shield would be good against this enemy in particular. Let's try this. And then I can switch to my katana sword. And then I can actually block more effectively. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so this shield is actually blocking all damage. Okay, so that shield actually does full block damage. So that makes me feel like I should play this sword and board. Get out of my way, jellyfish. Dude, how did that not block? Aye. Get away from me! Get the My god. These bosses, man. They just go, 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 go. They never fucking slow down. Kind of. Dude, you better have not... Okay, good. I'm about to say, if you actually chased a ball 18 inches out of the zone, you and me are about to have a problem. Fuck this. Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Yo, okay. Okay, I think the other summon's going to be better for sure. Dude, that was gone by a lot. We need another run in this inning, though. We can't afford more extra innings. Our bullpen is already tired. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. Alright. Man, the Ash summons, are they supposed to act like they're mentally challenged or something? Are the Ash summons actually supposed to be mentally challenged? Because that's how they act. Like, good lord. Those ones are bad? Okay. They're the only ones I have, so I guess it'll have to do. Yeah, look at them. They act like they're all drunk. Dude, you're getting hit from behind. Attack them. Why are you attacking me? I'm not doing anything to you over here. Jesus. I need more stamina. Holy shit. You can buy wolves from the round table? Oh, I've heard about wolves. Okay. Come on, Cal. Just hit it out of here. Well, he was trying to. Is it? Excuses and cry topic. Right, guy, have you been living on the moon for the last 3 weeks? Yep, 500. Am I gonna be... Ugh. Oh, that was a meatball. Only 200. Okay, I'll farm for a second here. This won't take long. I'll just, like, go here. Well, no. I'll just go here. I just need 500. Oh, shit, he's dead. Oh, my God, that wasn't even close. You fucking idiot. Colton Wong, you fucking idiot, dude. I don't know if I want to sell anything, though. I'll just farm. Now, the only way we win is in extras, which I really don't want to deal with today. Our bullpen's tired enough. Sword and board. Now that's fucking embarrassing. Well, that sucks. Even when Colton Wong does something right, he does it wrong. Like, he was out by, like, 5 feet. Do you know how hard it is to get thrown out stealing the new MLB? It with the bigger bases and everything. Like Christ. Stupid. Yes. Not in the mood for extra innings. At all. Why did that not kill him? Man, this guy's strike zone is huge. That was not a strike. Okay. I've heard the wolves are good. So here's what we're gonna do. Nice. Yeah, I just need a summon that does stuff. Alright. Clean pop-up. Alright. Let's give it a try, people.
What is up?
Here we go.
I'll be back. Gonna go make food.
Okay, no problem, Snacks. See you soon.
Yeah. Oh, also, hi, Nick.
Oh, hey, yeah. Are you just leaving now?
Oh, Nicholas, hey. How you doing?
Doing okay?
Give me 1
Doing
second,
okay?
Nicholas. I need to focus on this.
Alright.
Okay, well, at least he helped me a little bit. Still not in a great spot here. Alright. Okay. How you doing, Nicholas?
Doing okay, doing okay.
I
Kinda
I
tired of
haven't,
school.
I haven't played a sword and board game in so long. It's kicking my ass, man.
Are you playing Elden Ring right now?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, I'm so used to parry-style combat now from, like, Sekiro and Wolong. Like, sword and board is so foreign to me at the moment. Anyway, so, you been up to anything particularly interesting lately?
No, not really.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess I'm just tired of fucking classes all the time.
Yeah, I remember getting to that point.
We were actually we had to do an assignment where we talked to people who already graduated from their accounting undergrad
Mm-hmm.
and who are actually working. And like actually working is less stressful than being a student.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that's 100% true in my experience as well.
I think that's kind of fucking bullshit. Like,
At
does
least
it
you
need
know
to
you're
be?
getting paid for working. There's something to be
Yeah.
said for that.
Yeah. Like, it's like, why do I gotta pay a whole bunch of money to just be stressed out when I'm supposed to? Like, this is supposed to be the time of my life where I'm like free to do things other than just work.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess not.
Yeah, I'd much rather be working than be in school personally. For sure.
Mm.
Not even hard.
I don't know. You went to you did computer science at UW, right? Did you get your master's or anything like that?
No, no, no. In computer science, a master's degree really doesn't do that much for you.
Mm.
Like, in my estimation, it is one of those master's degrees that is kind of a waste of time.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like way too overeducated nowadays, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was very happy to be done with school forever when I graduated. There was a brief moment where I considered getting an MBA, but then I was like, I'm not going to do anything with it.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end up getting my master's just because it's required for the CPA license.
Yeah, it also buys you time
Yeah.
to not have to worry about the job market because right now it does kind of suck, I think.
Hmm.
Maybe not for CPAs though.
No, no, the job market's fine
Okay.
for for accountants. Kind of. I don't know. It's not like even the most well-paying thing. It's just sort of like you can always have another person on staff, you know. And especially if they're cheap, you just use them to do grunt work for whatever, you know.
Hmm.
It's not like there's a limited amount of things to do, really. It's just like if nothing else, they can just do consulting, which is just a gold mine for a lot of these places. Are you still with the same place that you started out with?
No. No, I'm not. I've moved around a few times. All right, guys, I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back soon. See you guys shortly.
For the games, I was thinking, have you checked out Hell Let Loose at all?
No, I've not. Not familiar with that.
Look it up. I'll
Me
show you.
and basically the thing is though, me and Snacks are gonna have a pretty full set of options later in this year. Like we've got Diablo 4 comes out in a couple months, Dead Island 2 comes out at the end of the month, and possibly there will be something else that makes itself known by then as well.
You
These are
play
like
Diablo?
I may if people say it's good, I'll give it a try. I haven't played Diablo since 2 way back forever ago. But early impressions have been pretty positive. Like I think the beta was well received.
It's kind of forgotten gem of the gaming industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last time.
Well, the last Diablo game was a mobile game,
Yeah.
gotcha game.
Poorly. At least the press release went down poorly.
I mean, it's a
I'm
gotcha.
sure.
It's basically a gotcha game. It's a pay-to-win game. It's never going to be good. Like you know what you're getting into there.
Yeah, but it seems like you're taking so much out of the value of the brand releasing something like that.
Yeah. I mean, Street Fighter has a gotcha game now. I think they know the money they're going to make off of no effort is worth the damage to the brand. As depressing as that may be.
Yeah, I just wish people were smarter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's actually this one relatively notorious video game streamer who it's a very poorly kept secret that he's addicted to a gotcha game for wrestling. He spends like 45 grand a year on it.
Oh god.
And then he tells his viewers that like he's broke and he needs money and they have to donate so he can pay his bills, and then it's a very poorly kept secret that he dumps it all into this mobile game.
Are you talking about like Dark Side Phil?
Yeah, it's Darkside Phil. Like people have done like exposés into it. It's 100. It has to be him. If it's not him, he is the unluckiest person in the universe.
It sort of reminds me of the things that we like learn in our economics class. It's like, well, fully rational actors would do X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, it doesn't work. Like, capitalism, if like there's one flaw, it's that people are dumb as shit. You know? Like, why are you spending money on this?
Well, I mean, like it's a gambling at the end of the day, right? It is basically
Yeah.
gambling at its core. Except there's no chance of winning unless you consider having a JPEG of a naked dude winning.
Maybe a friend of that, I don't know.
My God! Get... Jesus Christ. I think I've heard Game of War. I think I've heard of Game of War. That's pretty funny. But I've thought about that before too. Like, it's really easy to create a gotcha game. I wonder if maybe I should make one and then just make bank off of it. It would take a while to make. I'm one person, but like it's possible, right?
You could pay someone like... You could pay someone to do most of the art for really cheap, probably, too.
On Fiverr. Just go on Fiverr.
Yeah. Like, you could outsource all the art, all the... that stuff. If you know just how to code, you could just do that. and it wouldn't take too long. No. Like, go find some really small, like, just go find some YouTube channels to shill for you. Like, boom, there you go. That's a good money making scheme.
I mean, even the ones that are supposed to be like high effort, like Raid Shadow Legends. What is Raid Shadow Legends really, other than a game where you tap the screen until you have to pay more money so you can tap the screen again? But it works.
I don't know, man. I've never played any of them. It sounds like I would never start playing it to begin with.
I played gacha games before. I understand how you people can get addicted to it, but it doesn't make it any less stupid, especially if you can't afford it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like certain types of people
Radical.
into the gas station and buying lottery tickets instead of like anything else.
Yeah, you know, I know it's sacrilegious to say anything bad about him, but Ty France has some really bad at-bats. It's starting to really get on my nerves. It's like he just loses all discipline sometimes. He's supposed to be one of those hitters that is very steady and reliable, and he just, like, constantly has these hideous at-bats where he misses meatballs. And just shits his pants in the biggest moment.
It's going to be the best team this year. It's going to be like the Astros again.
That's what a lot of people think. But baseball's weird. Fluke stuff happens in the playoffs all the time.
Yeah, the team that is quote-unquote supposed to win, especially at the beginning of the season, is almost never the team that actually does. Because just too much shit happens. I mean, how many different times through like the last 5 years were the Yankees supposed to win?
A lot.
Or how many times the Dodgers were supposed to win, and then they only got it the one time, and that was in the Astros season.
Makes for a fun comparison to, like, I'm a very big college football fan, right? Literally, if you just bet on like the top two teams to win the national championship before the season even starts, like, you'll be right 90% of the time.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a sleeper in college football, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, we all know,
It is ass.
so I'll just be the first one to say it out loud. You heard it here first, folks. The team that will win it all this year, Miami Marlins. Let's go.
But the thing that's funny, Nicholas, is that even though Darkside Phil spends 45 grand a year in a gotcha game, he's still nowhere near the top player. So somebody's spending $100,000 a year on that game. At least. Now it's probably some
I think I know who.
It's probably some billionaire who literally, like, when I played gotcha games a little bit, one thing I noticed is a lot of the people who played it were like housewives who were like bored because their husbands made a lot of money and they just sat at home all day. So they're like, oh, I'll pretend to be successful in this gotcha game and I can dump a ton of money into it because my husband makes a lot of money and everything's okay.
Yeah, that's how like Candy Crush just went completely bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very famous with women. Very
I
popular
haven't heard of
with
that for like the anime gotcha games, but I do know that that shit sort of happens. Like, there are very rich Saudi princes that are the best, like, stream donators.
Okay,
Like, you'll
whose
just get,
fucking fault was that?
What?
Well, nothing. Anyway. So it's like what was it? Apparently Saudis recently purchased a company called Scopely, which runs a lot of the gacha games like WWE Champions. So now
Yeah.
they actually even own the game straight up.
you know, someday we'll get a president that isn't a bitch and will actually draw oil, and that way we can dump those guys into the ocean like we should have a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate.
This team is unbelievably sloppy. I mean, my God, it's like the fundamentals of baseball are completely lost on them. Holy shit.
You know what they need is a good dad.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm some of the people who are whales in those gotcha games literally stream the game and make their money back. Like people like Flight Reacts spends probably $100,000 a year on his Madden Ultimate Team and his 2K's Dream Team or whatever, but he makes it all back because he streams it. So it's like a business expense for him.
Wonder if you could actually get that classified as a business expense.
I think he can, yeah. If part of his business is streaming Madden, which it is. Fair's fair. I'm pretty sure American tax law is notorious for allowing a wide range of things to be considered business expenses.
Joker.
Yeah, if anybody wants me to tell you, I can straight up tell you how businesses are avoiding taxes. Like, that's a thing we go over a lot.
Joker, I'm being serious. So no facetious answer. And what I mean by that is any answer that is like absolutely extreme, that it have to be an honest, genuine reaction. Imagine if you were extremely popular as a streamer to play Madden. Like literally only Madden, only Madden. You had to get the new Madden every year. You had to fucking go and do a franchise and play Ultimate Team and all that crap. But that was like what you were doing, that was your content, and that was what you made your money off of. How much would it take for you a year to even be comfortable with having that be your existence?
Like all I can play is Madden.
Yes, if you try to play anything other than Madden, you will crash and burn. You know, you might have like a small cadre of like consistent, loyal, hardcore viewers, but essentially your ability to actually make money would just fall off a cliff.
Oh boy. You'd probably need to give me like 200 grand. Well, we lost. Waste of my fucking...
That's along the line of what I figured. It just like it has to be something where you're like, you know what? I want it to be making so much that like even if I lost my other job, fuck it.
Well, yeah, I would quit my job and then play games that I want to play offline. And then just
Now,
stream
just thinking with your
Madden.
noodle.
I mean, that's what you've described is basically the life of Wings of Redemption right now.
Exactly. That's the life of a lot of professional streaming content creators who play video games.
Like when he
Very,
streams Call of Duty or Rainbow Six, he gets a ton of viewers and some support, but he hates those games. When he actually streams games that he wants to play, nobody supports, nobody watches, so he keeps having to come back to Call of Duty and Rainbow.
exactly. And that's what it is. You know, for the vast majority of content creators who actually make meaningful money, very, very, very few of them are variety streamers. Most of them are like one or two games that they get to play that people will actually tune in for.
You know who the successful variety streamers are, though?
You know who what? I didn't hear the last
You know
part.
who like the actual successful variety streamers are, though, right?
The actual successful variety streams. Well, that's the thing, is that those are
Is
people
the
who are
is
being.
the is the titty streams? That's his successful variety stream.
Well, yes, those are successful, and then also who's successful. There was some big fucking scandal came out the other day. Um, People who are legitimately being astroturfed by the corporations out there who say, "Hey, we want this person to be the new face of whatever." So then they pay the site, whatever it is that they're streaming on, to just boost their fucking content. So if you go on a YouTube, you know, your YouTube homepage, and instead of looking at any of the For You recommended, any of that crap, what you look at is the stuff that's trending.
Mm-hmm.
All those fucking channels that are trending are gonna be people who paid. Well, not necessarily they paid, but rather a company paid YouTube to have them be on the trending page. Very, very few of the people who are there are going to be there organically, and those that are, it's going to be some sort of channel referring to something that happened recently. Like I'm looking at the trending right now. So last night was UFC 287. That makes sense that, you know, the post-fight interview after the main event is going to be on the trending page. But then some other shit with like Korean pop videos, people playing video games, you know, a reaction vid, whatever, stuff like that, astroturfed. Bueno.
Darkside Phil actually used to be very successful as a variety streamer, but then he YouTube AdSense fell off a cliff, and now he has to crowdfund.
You mean Beg?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's possible to be like a full-time variety streamer anymore unless you're a titty streamer. Like even Pokimane only plays like a few different games, right? She plays Minecraft, Fortnite, and Overwatch.
Right. And, you know, you're exactly correct. Even among that crowd, you still have a very small wheelhouse. You have to get really insanely lucky to take off as a variety streamer. Like who I think of is Admiral Baru. Maybe some of you guys know who he is. But I know him because very early on in the lifespan of Dead by Daylight, he was one of the top Dead by Daylight streamers. But this is back when he's pulling an average viewer count of 200 to 300 a stream. But then when They Are Billions came out, somehow, some way, he fucking lucked into being the most popular They Are Billions stream. So all of a sudden, his average viewer count during when he's playing They Are Billions was 8,000 to 9,000 viewers. So all of a sudden, he went from doing this as a hobby in his spare time when he's home from his day job to holy crap, I now have the ability to actually pay my bills and make a living off of doing this. So he tested the waters and he played a couple of games here and there, but would go back to the Arabillions to keep, you know, getting that going. And eventually he built that viewer base that stayed with him. So that now he's a variety streamer to the point where he plays pretty much anything he wants. Every now and again, he'll go back to what he calls his staples, but that's like months of breaks where he plays the newest games. You know, and he gets the opportunity to do essentially exactly what Joker does when he's streaming stuff here, which is play the new stuff that he wanted to play, and then after all that's played, then he goes back to playing, you know, whatever game he wanted to replay that has a longer lifespan for gaming.
Like,
Not thinking in terms of content, but thinking in terms of I get to play what I want and make money by doing it.
like if you look at like what Moist Critical does, he'll play anything and get a huge crowd for it because he's so charismatic. People don't really care what he's playing.
Exactly.
Like that's the goal. That's what you have to do. Really, Santi? Well, Snacks is fucked, I guess.
What would happen?
Apparently, Microsoft has started banning emulation on the Xbox Series S.
Cringe.
What is the significance of that?
I thought you said you wanted to get an Xbox Series S and start emulating older stuff on it.
Uh, the emulation. I remember the emulation discussion. Um, when we were discussing that, I was assuming in the sense of regular emulators on PC.
Oh, okay. Is
You
your
know,
PC
like
good enough to
we.
run like a GameCube emulator?
Yes, and that's the thing. Like Dolphin has been around for a long time, and it's not that my computer's better, but that Dolphin has gotten better. Was the conversation that we had. Um, I'm sure we probably talked about the Series S being able to emulate, but I obviously wasn't very interested in that aspect if I don't remember
Mm.
this aspect of the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, it's just
Dolphin is going on Steam? Okay. I'm surprised Steam is going so gung-ho into the emulation stuff. You would think they would be against it because they can't make money on it.
yeah, they can make money on it.
How?
If they were to partner with these guys, all they'd need to do is charge something along the lines of like 99 cents, get like a pro license for the emulator,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd
Then
make a
people will...
shitload of money off it. Yeah, because it costs them absolutely nothing to do because the software is already available now for free. People buy like the dumbest shit all the time. Um, that being said, I don't think that that's something that Valve would do because that's greed on the level of like EA. But
Mm-hmm.
they could easily charge like $1 for that shit, and then people would still want to do it just to be able to say, I have the emulator on Steam. Think about the ease of use and the convenience.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what the dollar buys you is the right to stream it, right? Because if you stream an emulated game, you could, and you don't have the...
That's a good point that I hadn't even considered. If they partner with Valve, then what Valve can do is hand out a tiny percentage of whatever money it is that they're making from that to whatever publisher starts kicking up a fuss and raising a stink, and then just like that, exactly like you said, now you have the ability to legally make content without worrying about copyright strikes on YouTube or on Twitch, emulating games through the Steam for your emulation software. That'd be a huge reason to get it. I mean, hell, that could revolutionize a lot of shit, because then people, all they'd have to do is just claim that they were using the emulator through Steam, and then they'd be able to dodge a lot of fucking complaint. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, I don't like. I've actually streamed an emulated game once, but I actually own a physical copy of the game, so you know it should be legal anyway. If you can have ROMs are legal as long as you own the actual game.
Well, that's a good point too. However, how often is that kind of thing brought up or considered or any of the other shit, Oops.
Oh, Nicholas, have you ever seen the clip of Darkside Phil the first time he wore the Nazi hat?
Oh boy.
No.
Okay. Hold on, let me find it here real quick. It's only a few minutes long, but watch the whole clip to get to the funny part.
Someday, years from now, this segment will be on YouTube, and someone will dub over Joker's voice with, "May I please have a water?"
May I please have a water? Please. Snacks, have you ever done a EU4 Japan run?
EU4 what run?
Japan.
Yeah, couple of times here and there. It's not the most interesting thing in the world to me. Usually I like to stay in Europe because that's where the interesting stuff is, to me at least.
Yeah.
Because, once, like, the what's the name of the big Japanese civil war that is
This
essentially what's
Sengoku
taking place,
Jidai.
Sengoku Jidai or something?
Yes, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's excellent content for, like, Shogun Total War, but it's kind of extremely boring as it's manifested in EU4. The big appeal
Yeah.
to playing as Japan in EU4 is to eventually unify the country and then to start fucking with China. And I'm like, that just... it's just not fun for me.
Why do you respect China too much, or are you?
Yes, being chilling. I just got so much social credit score deposited in my account. Ooh.
Yeah, what's next? A credit score for when you're trying to buy a house or car?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't really. Okay, I don't think that's a fair comparison, right?
It's not. I'm being facetious.
Nah, I get what you're saying, but like, it's not like the banks completely run America to the point that that's like the
Well, you
only.
say the banks, I say. Whoopsie daisy.
We'll just
I'm
go a
sorry, what
step.
I meant to ask for was if I could have water. Please?
What?
Dang, Snacks, did you put your microphone right up to the fan or something?
No, I just moved myself closer to the fan. Guys, it's
Oh,
93 degrees where I am.
okay. No, it just sounded like you were having sex with a dial-up modem for a second there.
Yes, yes, I am. No, the the modem sounds may be because of the heat. I could be having internet connectivity issues, but I haven't noticed any lag on my end.
Hmm.
Um,
I kind of wish I had your weather right now. My dad could work.
that would certainly have an appeal. However, when your body's still in winter mode and then it's suddenly hot as fuck, dude, it is absolutely miserable.
Well, yeah, but I can stay in my basement. He's the one who actually needs the weather to be good so he can work.
True, it'll get there.
Yeah, it'll be there soon, I agree. That video I send you work, Nicholas?
I haven't looked at it in a second, actually.
Okay. Unfortunately, in the last couple of weeks, a lot of the Dark Side Phil clips had to get deleted off YouTube because somebody is going around copyright striking them, so a lot of them have had to like go into hiding or just get kicked off YouTube. But that one is still there.
Wonder who is copyright strike.
He says it's not him. He insists it's not him. And he
May the
even like
Do you
merciful
believe that?
he even posted a screenshot of like his YouTube copyright strike history to show that he's not doing it, but he might be ordering one of his supporters to do it on his behalf so he can claim plausible deniability.
This is clearly shopped. I can tell because of the pixels and from having shooped quite a few whoops in my day.
He's wearing a great hat. I don't know what what you guys are talking about. This is a great hat.
The funny thing is, it's supposed to be M. Bison's hat, but M. Bison's hat is red, and it has a skull on it. So it doesn't even look like the hat he says it's trying to look like.
What the fuck? Ugh.
Bro. Living in Nazi Germany is like actually having Dark Side Phil rule over you. Like a lot of the people who are actually running the Nazi party are like full-blown retard drug addicts. This guy would fit right in.
Actually, I remember like a month or two ago, somebody posted a thing you could do,
Mm-hmm.
basically a personality quiz you could take, and it would
Yeah.
tell you what evil dictator are you based off your personality, and like literally 70% of the people who you could get were members of the Nazi Party, and I was like, well, aren't they all
Yeah.
going to be very similar?
Not only that, it was a bunch of guys who didn't even make sense in terms of being, dictator and everything either. Because it's like, okay, guys like Hitler, obviously, Himmler, Goebbels, okay, I get that. But then throwing guys like Albert Speer in there?
Albert Speer's not a dictator. He's just a guy, really.
Exactly. So, like, dude, if being a member of the Nazi Party itself was a crime, then all of Germany would have been put on trial. It was about doing bad things. And people who were acquitted at Nuremberg, guys like Karl Dönitz was on there too, who also was acquitted at Nuremberg.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to call them a dictator? But then a guy like fucking Leon Trotsky was not part of the list. Because the extent of the guys they had representing the Soviet Union was Lenin and Stalin. And it's not because Trotsky wasn't a dictator, it's because they wasted so much of their fucking roster spots just on the Nazi Party that they completely just Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
You ever learn about like Hermann Goring though? Like that guy's weird as hell.
Yeah, the big four, Hitler,
Yeah.
Himmler, Goering, and Goebbels, not exactly good dudes.
Nah. Apparently, weren't they all on morphine and meth?
They were all on a various cocktail of drugs, yes, and that's because they understood all that stuff way less than we do now. They just viewed it as a miracle drug that would give you energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck, what was the name of it? I'm not even gonna look it up right now, but there was there was a drug that was developed in Germany. It was something along the lines of like a mix of cocaine and methamphetamine that was created in the form of a pill distributed to German soldiers early on in the war. Then, right around 1942, they started to realize, wait a minute, this stuff is really bad. Like all the harmful negative effects of long-term drug use, hardcore Schedule 1 narcotics like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then they were like, oh crap. Like the damage had already been done because any guy who'd been using it for years by that point was physically completely ruined. But they said, oh shit, okay, well we'll stop giving this out to guys.
Yeah. Like the list was almost all Nazi figures, and then there was like Saddam, Putin, Lenin, Stalin. I think they had Pol Pot, but I'm not. I can't remember for sure.
Dude, when are we gonna get back to like real evil dictators like the ancient Assyrians? Like those guys. Way scarier than any your Nazi, you know? Like they straight up put up carvings of them flaying their enemies alive in their waiting room. Like that's metal.
It's like the degree of how evil people are does seem to get reduced as time goes by as we become more civilized. I guess that kind of makes sense, right?
Eh, maybe. Maybe people do. I'm not sure about that. Sort of reminds me. Ever heard of Dan Carlin?
No.
I'm just bringing him up because he has he has a good history podcast where he talks about that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody here is interested in history, he had this thing where he talked about Hitler versus Alexander, and how the motivations of Hitler was he's actually trying to save the world. So in a certain way, he's better than Alexander the Great, who's just trying to glorify himself. You know.
Mm-hmm. I just
This
sent
is a
you.
ridiculously based take. We're gonna end up in trouble.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying from his perspective, he was trying to do something here. You know, like he wasn't just twiddling his mustache. You know.
Should have been.
And I by the way, Nicholas, I sent you the link to the quiz. You can take it if you want to. It takes a few minutes, but
Okay.
I think Snacks got Lenin and I got Putin.
Yeah, I got Lenin because apparently if you make a lot of posts about how much you like to plan, and you get Lenin because the test thinks that Lenin was like the greatest planner of all time. It was just weird as fuck, but whatever.
The greatest planner of all time is Batman. You know, the quiz actually does not have Pinochet, which implies they don't think he's evil, which is based.
Huh. What about Gaddafi?
I can't remember if he's there or not.
I think the closest is that Saddam is there, and if I remember right, Santi got Saddam.
Yeah, Santi got Saddam. Which is not a bad one to be. At least he's a little, like, controversial. He's, you know... Saddam's not so bad to be. If I had to be a murderous villain, Saddam would not be bad.
I'm trying to think about what evil dictator I would be. I guess
Let me pull up the list here real quick. Okay, it's Himmler, Goebbels, Goring, Hitler, Albert Speer, Karl Donitz, Rudolf Hess. See, it's like a lot of Nazis. Joachim von Ribbentrop, Stalin, Putin, Lenin, Mao Zedong, Che Guevara, Ulrike Meinhof, Osama bin Laden, Ruhollah Khomeini, Saddam Hussein, Benito Mussolini, Idi Amin, and Muammar Gaddafi.
Oh, never mind. Gaddafi is there.
Where's
Yes.
Mao Zedong?
Well, he is in the poll. He's an option. You could get him. Snack said sometime he was going to try to go through it to intentionally try to get Hitler because he thinks he knows how to, like, socially engineer it.
when I was going through it the first time, I realized that the questions, you'd have to know what the requirements to get Hitler would be in order to intentionally get Hitler, because there's no just guessing
Mm-hmm.
based off of like, oh, that's a Hitler house. Because again, like, what the fuck are the odds that if I answered too many times that I like to plan ahead, that I would get Lenin, because Lenin's the best planner of all time, as evidenced by the fact that he's well known for making plans.
Maybe he was a big fan of Batman.
It, Lenin with time to plan.
I mean, I
Jesus
guess
Christ.
Lenin's regime didn't get toppled before he died. I guess there's something to be said for that, right?
Oh, my stars! I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure.
Oh my god, George R.R. Martin?
There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained.
You are disgusting.
What is it now?
I found this dude who looks like a gigantic, like, pot. And it's like, anthropomorphized pot. And he's like stuck in the ground. And he's like, okay, to get me out, just hit me on the ass as hard as you can with the biggest thing you can find.
Based.
Okay.
Gosh! Stop! Please! That's my face! Smack me from the other end! The other end! Ah.
There we go.
Well played, good sir. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now. That's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Actually don't know very much about Gaddafi, and he was alive when I was younger. I actually know very little about him and the role that he had.
Oh, I'm Joseph Stalin, apparently.
Nice.
Nice, very well done.
Kind of based. Joseph Stalin, kind of based. Threw his own daughter-in-law in prison because his son got captured.
That's a weird way to respond to that.
Well,
Yeah,
he
you
had
know
to
what else
rule-
Stalin did regarding his daughter?
Sent her to art
What?
school.
No, knowing that his daughter was in danger because one of the more powerful members of Stalin's little cabal and cabinet, very powerful member of the Soviet government, was a notorious sexual predator, and Stalin, the man himself, was so terrified of this guy that when he found out his daughter was going to be at the same social function that dude was going to be at, personally sent his guards to go pick his daughter up and bring her home.
Wow.
Joseph fucking Stalin, one of the most powerful men in the world, and certainly the most powerful man in the Soviet Union. This is after the purges had already taken place, and he still thought that dude would actually fucking do it.
This guy kind of sounds like a piece of shit that should be, like, why didn't he just kill him?
The quick answer is that the guy had like a lot of influence and power and blackmail potential and all this kind of stuff. But as soon as Stalin died, like within a year, that dude was thrown in prison by Stalin's successor, and like a year or so after that, he was executed. Let me see if I can find the Wikipedia article about this guy. Yeah, there we go.
Well, if he really wanted to get his daughter away from him, he should have just sent her to art school.
You gotta send your girl to art school, that way she can avoid the influence of predatory boys.
There you go.
Let's see here. This
Yeah,
guy's balding.
Berea, as first deputy chairman of the Council of Ministers and an influential Politburo member, saw himself as Stalin's successor. On the 26th of June 1953, Berea was arrested and held at an undisclosed location near Moscow. Accounts of his downfall vary considerably. The historical consensus is that Khrushchev prepared an elaborate ambush, convening a meeting of the Presidium on the 26th of June, where he suddenly launched a scathing attack on Berea, accusing him of being a traitor and spy in the pay of British intelligence. Berea was taken completely by surprise. He asked, "What's going on, Nikita? Why are you picking fleas in my trousers?" Which I guess is a Russian saying or something. When Berea finally realized what was happening and plaintively appealed to Malenkov, an old friend, to speak for him, Malenkov silently hung his head and pressed a button on his desk. This was an arranged signal to Marshal Zhukov and a group of armed officers in a nearby room who burst in and arrested him. As Berea's men were guarding the Kremlin at the time, he was held there in a special cell until nightfall and then smuggled out in the trunk of a car. He was taken first to the Moscow guardhouse and then to the bunker of the headquarters of Moscow Military District. Defense Minister Bulganin ordered the, not even going to try to pronounce that, tank division and a motor rifle division to move into Moscow to prevent security forces loyal to Berea from rescuing him. Many of Berea's subordinates, proteges, and associates were also arrested and executed, among them Merkelov, Bogdan Kubalov, Sergei Goglidze, Vladimir Dekhanazov, Pavel Meshik, and Lev Vladzimirsky. Beria and his men were tried by a special session of the Supreme Court of the Soviet Union on the 23rd of December 1953 with no defense counsel and no right of appeal. Marshal Ivan Konev was the chairman of the court. Beria was found guilty of treason, terrorism, counter-revolutionary activity, and a ton of other sexual crimes, because the dude basically used his power and influence and position in the Soviet Union to just fulfill every sick, perverted fantasy that he had.
This dude's balding. Like, he's balding. He's just like... This is the picture you'd show a bunch of elementary school used to show him what a rapist looked like.
Hilarious.
I'm not even joking in the slightest. Like, you'd agree, Snacks, right? No? I'm gonna post this.
No, that would be a picture of Kobe Bryant. See, that was a Norm Macdonald joke. It crossed the line many times. And I did it with casual indifference.
So true. Dude, Kobe Bryant. What if it came out like 30 years from now he actually did all that?
What? You mean Kobe?
Yeah.
I mean, how could anything come out now? Like, talk about a cold case.
Yeah, but it's sort of like how everybody doesn't like Michael Jackson anymore.
Oh, Snacks has a good long rant about the Michael Jackson stuff.
God, don't even get me started, dude. I'd get too upset. But
You know, like Michael
Suffice it.
Jackson.
Okay, the shortest, easiest way to explain it is that the very first time that Mike was accused, he wanted to fight the charges because he knew they were horseshit. But Sony, who were, the record producers and all them and all this, Michael was about to go on a very profitable international tour. And even though Michael Jackson had more than enough money to where he didn't care about postponing the tour, that would have prevented Sony from making tens of millions of dollars. And this is back when the dollar actually was like worthwhile and was a good currency. Tens of millions of dollars in revenue that they still would have gotten, but who knows how long it would have been delayed because he wouldn't be able to leave the country while he was dealing with this case. So they begged him, please, Michael, for the sake of the company, please just settle, make him go away, and then go on tour. Now, what happened when he settled is that it sent a signal to everybody, holy shit, if you accuse Michael Jackson of molesting your kid, he'll just pay you to shut up. Years later, the child, the very first one, that there was the accusation that Mike had molested him, he said that the whole thing was fucking made up and that his parents coerced him into doing the whole thing because they literally knew it was a scam. They were hoping he'd pay them to shut up. It was a frivolous lawsuit, and they got their wish. And he said, I wish that this kind of thing never happened because it ruined Michael's reputation and, all this other crap that happened. He got tried many other civil suits. He won them all. His criminal trial, he won that one. He was acquitted, found not guilty. Just about any one of the children who supposedly were molested by Michael Jackson have all come out and said he was a wonderful man. He never touched me. He never did anything wrong. And it's a horrible shame that all this stuff is happening, because one of the biggest things in terms of people talking about him being a child molester is obviously the stuff was around when he was alive. But the most amount of it is people kicking a man when he's literally dead and can't fight back, and there's nothing that the estate can do. And they're doing it so that they can make money, just rehashing the same fucking nonsensical, frivolous lawsuit in the first place. It's a crying ass shame, but it is what it is.
Yeah. That was the short version too, by the way.
I could link you to literally multiple hours of Razorfist going on crazy rants with well-sourced arguments and blah blah blah.
But why Michael Jackson isn't a molester?
Yes.
I've never heard this side of it before, so I'm interested.
Okay, let me find the thing. Do. On.
I mean, he probably shouldn't have been having sleepovers with kids in his bedroom
Well,
when he was an adult.
that's the thing. That's the thing. That sounds awful. Yes, and that's why people say it. Here's the problem. Michael Jackson's mansion was so gigantic that his bedroom, that everyone says, oh yeah, he had sleepovers with the children in his bedroom. Their families were there also because Michael Jackson's bedroom was the size of your average American 2-story house.
Yeah, I understand like the logistics of it. I understand the logistics of it, but it's still probably not something he should be doing as an adult. That
Yes,
is weird.
and that's because Michael Jackson was always two things. Number one, eccentric, as any rich person who works in show business their entire lives would be, but also outrageously generous because of the way that he'd grown up. He recognized how fleeting fame could be, having seen what had happened to the other members of his family who didn't have the same success that he did after the Jackson 5. And he loved and adored his fans for giving them the life that he was allowed to have and providing for his family the way that he was. So, because of that, he would have big get-togethers at his house, and it'd get late. So he's like, "Oh, guys, just spend the night here. Whatever. You don't need to go to some hotel. You don't need to whatever. You could, they're spending the weekend there, whatever." Now, in the instance, let's say, Joke, I was staying over at your house. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Snacksy's staying in my guest bedroom." But if your bedroom itself was as large as your house is right now, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Just you'll be sleeping in my bedroom." But then all of a sudden, anybody else hears that, they get an entirely different idea in their head because of the way that they mentally envision things. And you can sit there and say, "Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad look. It sounds bad for people to be able to hear that. He should have been thinking better." But like, well, why would he want to be like, "Okay, you're gonna need to go, a couple hundred yards down the hallway to the guest bedroom, which is the size of like some fucking McMansion." It's ridiculous. Anyway, it sucks because a large part of the reason for the defamation like that is to try to cause his estate to be more willing to just sell off certain things that he had the rights to and that his estate now has the rights to. Try to drive down his reputation so that they wouldn't have as much money coming in, so then they'd sell those rights. For instance, Michael Jackson was probably the biggest Elvis fan ever because he not only legally owned the rights to all of Elvis's music, but he literally married the man's daughter and gave the man grandchildren. Well, how much money to a record label, how much money to a music production company, how much money would the rights to Elvis Presley's music be? So, all you guys who were slobbering over the PS5, remember that same money goes to defaming a dead man so that a bunch of jerks in Tokyo can fondle themselves as they look at the numbers in their bank account going up as they sell the 10,000th remake of Elvis Presley Christmas. Ugh.
Very nice. Deathroot, huh? Ooh, more ashes. It really is too bad things went the way that it did with him, because how fun would it have been to have an eccentric super billionaire like that in the world? Somebody who everyone loves and is just really nice and just wants, he's, not the wisest with his money. Like, I remember watching the video of his shopping sprees and stuff. And he just gets to grow old like Richard Branson. That would have been fun. But, no, we didn't get to have that. All because his hair caught on fire when he was doing the Pepsi commercial. It all went downhill from there. Michael Jackson to this day still owns the record for the most expensive music video ever made, despite inflation. despite technology advancing the way that it has. The music video for Scream is still by far the most expensive music video ever made.
You guys have some really interesting tidbits all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Snacks has more than I do. He's got a lot of stuff about stuff like this. Like, we've had the Michael Jackson discussion before. He feels very passionately about it. And because it is true. Like, even if he was making a mistake having sleepovers with little kids, that doesn't mean he should be accused of being a pedophile if he's not.
Right. And the only reason he got accused of like a ton of that shit was because people got big dollar signs in their eyes when they saw him paying off the first guy just so that Sony could get their fucking tour. Mike didn't need it. That's the saying no good deed goes unpunished. That's a perfect example.
I'll say this. I mean, I could never be in his position, but if it were me and I was accused of something like that, I would be like, there's no way in hell I'm going to do anything other than fight this. Like, there's no way I'm going to do anything that makes myself look even 1% guilty. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if somebody accuses you of something, and your path isn't going to be to give up immediately, you know, just deny until the end, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're just not denying if you're telling the truth. Just same thing. You just say wrong, like Trump. You just go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just maintain your innocence for long enough, and even if you are so very clearly guilty, people will back you up anyhow. You know.
And Darkside Phil is a great example of that. Actually,
Yeah.
He still gets people to donate to him.
And a big part of that is just the changing culture, which is heartbreaking. But in this day and age, an apology doesn't mean anything to anyone. It has no value. The only thing it does is tell whoever you're apologizing to that you think you did something wrong. It's the equivalent of blood in the water. It's fucking sad.
Like these days, if you really want to have fun, get Snacks talking about Abraham Lincoln. That's the fun one.
Snacks. I'm guessing you're not pro Abraham Lincoln.
No.
Yeah, he was pretty dictatorial, I have to say.
I mean, I hate to constantly bring up Razor Fist because anyone who listens to me long enough will start to think, wow, Snacks gets all of his fucking opinions from Razor Fist. But if the guy puts together a well-sourced documentary and I consume the knowledge, what else am I supposed to do with it other than to be like, hey, I blah, blah, blah. It's the same as people like, I read this great book. It's all like, well, are you a fucking simp for the author or are you just like, you noticed that the book was good and blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Razorfish put together an hour-long documentary on Lincoln talking about just how much Lincoln sucked. I learned from this. I didn't know because obviously unless you go looking specifically for an anti-Lincoln article or anything like that, the historical portrayal of Lincoln is that he was America's greatest president. So finding anything negative about him is very difficult, not because nothing negative existed, but because anything negative has been kept very quiet over the years and is not talked about. And anytime it is brought up, it just seems like sour grapes from people who wanted the Confederacy to win or whatever. Abraham Lincoln once did this. A state legislature in Maryland convened over the discussion of secession. They unanimously voted not to secede. They unanimously voted to stay in the Union. But Lincoln was so incensed at the audacity to even have a vote for secession, he arrested the entire state legislature and the mayor of Baltimore. He literally got what he wanted. They unanimously decided to stay in the Union and still fucking arrested him anyway, just to prove a point. Without cause, no trial, nothing. Just held him in prison to teach him a lesson for a couple of months and then let him go. Now they're all meek and like, oh, okay, Father Lincoln, we won't do anything bad anymore. It's fucking horseshit.
What'd you go? Oh, yes. I
Mm.
remember.
Yeah.
Some god turned me into a tree.
That's just one example among many of Lincoln not being a good dude. Another thing that I learned during the fucking documentaries I was watching it that I hadn't learned, because he had personal correspondence that was occurring between Lincoln and General Sherman. Now, since you're from Georgia, you probably know a thing or two
Yes.
about General Sherman and the
Yeah.
various war crimes that he committed. But in the fucking correspondence between President Lincoln and General Sherman, President Lincoln was ordering Sherman to commit war crimes. And days later, after the news of Sherman having committed war crimes in Georgia reached Lincoln's ears, he was heard celebrating with members of his cabinet.
I could sneak back into the cave and bring back
It's not committing
Yeah.
war crimes against, the evil Nazis that we celebrate now, in the modern era, from what we've gone through, or even in Ukraine right now, celebrating war crimes committed against Russians when Ukrainians execute Russian prisoners on the spot for the crime of being Russian.
Yeah.
Humongous violation of the Geneva Convention, everything. This is celebrating war crimes being committed against other Americans. 5 years before were not only your fellow countrymen, but people you may very well have been related to. That's just fucking sickening.
Have to agree. I have to agree.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff in history really does get washed over.
Yeah. This is a time wash his way all, Like, people can't remember, or at least, history books don't teach about
Right?
stuff that was relevant to people from the 60s.
Like, I remember the day after Trump won, I was watching these videos that people were taking on college campuses of basically college students having, like, cry-ins and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they would give, like, these speeches, like, they would come up and take turns speaking about stuff. And I remember one of them was, like, this girl was saying, like, what I'm trying to remember right now is that historically justice always wins. And I'm
No.
like, I hope you don't actually think that.
How can you say that and be, like, completely anti-colonialism?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they basically won. Like, they won the argument until they eventually just gave up. Like, if the British really wanted to, and, like, the Americans hadn't, like, stopped them, they could have just held sway over all of Africa. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah, they couldn't
the
find
colonizers won.
They couldn't find Wakanda, so they gave up.
Yeah. Like
General
Spain, yeah, Spain completely toppled like the Aztec and Inca governments in like 3 days, and like replaced it with an entire slave system. Like, come on. Whatever.
General Sherman is not popular in Indian country either. Santi just said that in the chat.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Sherman, I think Sherman had the right idea about war in general, though, in some ways. You know? Like, if you're at war, you're at war. Like, you just go crush your enemies completely. You know? Like, imagine if we took that stance in
God damn it. Hit the wrong button. Shit.
fighting the Taliban. Like, we just come in there, like, we institute a curfew of, like, 7 p.m., and anybody even caught, like, remotely working with him is just executed on the spot. Like, I think that'd be more effective. No.
I mean, that would definitely be effective. Everybody would be dead. Question is, can you live with yourself afterwards?
Yeah.
Well, got rid of the Taliban. Not anymore, I guess, but you could have.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great fight, serving to the new order, and celebrating repudiator, the Fox.
I'll rescue you, dude.
Alright. I'm getting to sleep here pretty soon.
Yeah, Snacks is working a normal schedule now, so
Yeah,
no
I
more
don't want
night
to wreck
owl.
my bedtime because this week was really hard for me in terms of being able to fall asleep and stay asleep.
Yeah, my sleeping schedule's like completely wrecked right now. I need to do something about it.
Celebrated repudiator, the Fox. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kennyfight, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator, the Fox. Oh, Erdtree,
What the hell is this guy?
grant me succor.
Ah. Dude, what do I need to rescue you from?
Is anybody there?
The hell is wrong with you, dude?
Someone who might be... you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but
I've definitely been enjoying the way that Elon's been trolling
even from a ton
the state-run media in our country.
Do you buy the
'Cause I
theory
mean-
that Twitter's losing its ass?
No, not at all. First of all, they'd be making a hell of a lot more money just in general because they laid off like 75% of their employees. Imagine reducing your payroll cost by 75%. I mean, your profit would have to go up because your expenditure's going way the fuck down because payroll is almost always going to be your biggest expense unless you're spending out the ass for retarded reasons. But in terms of revenue, as much as people sit there and say, well, I'm done with Twitter and Elon's an idiot and he's incompetent and blah, blah, blah. Twitter doesn't need people to subscribe to Twitter Blue in order to make money. It's just an extra source of money. But like, I feel like right now there are more eyes on Twitter than there ever has been before, so ads have got to be making them tons of money. And companies have got to be looking at Twitter and thinking, man, we really need to get some advertisement while this stuff's going on, because this is huge. That's just what I think. So I don't believe for a second that Twitter's not doing well. And more importantly, he's not wrong either. Because, like, for instance, the British Broadcasting Channel, the BBC, they had government government-funded media or government-run media or whatever, they had that tag apply to them too, and they started pitching a fit over it. Literally, that is actually government-run media. Like,
Mhm.
they they're told what to broadcast by by the British government and the Crown. There are many BBC executives throughout history that have discussed meeting with Queen Elizabeth and her discussing to them what kind of programming should be on the BBC. Like, it's literally that's entirely the point. It's in the fucking name. And what was great with the one for NPR is that in order to prove that NPR wasn't state-run media, the first thing ends up happening is that they cry about it, and then the White House comes out and says, "We assure you, NPR is not state-run media. Please continue to listen to it as much as you can." Like,
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
Sort of like in sort of reminds me of like 1984, where they like have state requirements for like what you must watch in order to learn the truth, or like in North Korea. It's like the same
Well,
thing
that's
here, but it's just more pathetic.
well, that's the funny thing, about 1984 is that George Orwell wasn't predicting the future. He was criticizing what he had already seen occurring in communist countries. So even back when he wrote it, there was a lot of truth to it. He just, he wrote about a not so far future where if this sort of thing continued at the same pace, was guaranteed it was going to happen. He wasn't predicting the future. He was just like, this shit's already going on, guys. Because George Orwell was very famously a socialist, and he uh, was a volunteer in the Spanish Civil War. He fought for the communists, the revolutionaries, the Republican Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And that was where a lot of his anti-socialist policies actually started to manifest themselves in his life and experience, was when he saw these other people who consider themselves communists, socialists, anarchists, whatever, seeing what they would do and how they were operating things. And he's all like, man, not only did these guys lose, they deserve to lose. They deserve to lose big because they're fucking stupid.
Dude, NPR is stupid. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the whole thing's a shit show.
You know what's on NPR? Honestly, I've never listened to it.
It's just people talking about some bullshit. It's like
It's just another news channel, Joker. Don't worry about it too much.
I'm not worried
Like-
about it, believe me.
it's like CNN, but more boring. If that's, no, CNN can actually be kind of entertaining sometimes.
It's CNN for wine ants.
That's
Does that fit better?
yeah.
Oh, God almighty.
How the hell did that hit me? Oh. Damn it. Okay. Hmm. May have to take my time as I move through here. We'll see. See when I get in there, I guess. Out of my way, fat boy. No. Dude, he hit me through the wall. Bite my shiny metal ass.
Well, anyway, see you guys around.
Alright, good
See
luck
you.
tomorrow. Oh, wait,
Have
you're
a
off
nice
tomorrow
night.
as well.
Yes. So yeah, have a nice night, guys.
Alright, talk to you tomorrow.
Good night. I think I'm also gonna head on out.
Alright, no problem.
All right, good night. I'm gonna to
Enjoy the rest of your stream, Joker. Nice
Yep.
talking to you, Nick.
Yep, see ya.
Is anybody gonna come in here and try to, like, attack me, or are you guys just gonna stand there? Oh. No, 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 no. That was not what I wanted to do. I did not anticipate that being the outcome there. Well, that did, like, no damage. Okay, that did something. Yeah. Again, I think the offense will be fine when the temperature warms up a little bit, but until then, it is going to be a little bit frustrating. Knight up top is OP. Like, I'm not going to be able to kill him? Okay. Alright. No! Who did that? Where'd that come from? Oh, okay. Goddamn. Okay, that wasn't so bad. I just had to string him into one combo. Very nice. That might be good to use. Free up my ears for a second here. Yeah. There's no way Wong is going to continue to be this bad, though. Eventually, He'll find his way. But right now, it's really annoying. Ooh, okay. That's obviously something we're going to need. All glory to los pollos hermanos. Okay, so did I liberate the castle? I don't see anybody left here. This was the fort that I think that weird dude wanted me to, like, liberate. I'm kind of feeling like maybe I did it. But I feel like there should be, like, some boss that you beat that, like, finalizes it. So maybe there's some area here that I just haven't been to yet. Well, let's try going around here and see. At least maybe I didn't pick up an item. Maybe there was, like, an item over here. Aha. Aha. Okay. Fall damage? No. Nice. Okay, so if I go back to that dude, will he reward me, or is he going to be a little bitch? Nice try, asshole. Okay, so if I recall correctly, that dude was... Yes, okay, it's this guy over here. So I'm just gonna have to, like, ride there, I guess. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I thought the horse would tank the damage. Oh. Okay. Damn it, horse. Why can't you die for me? You're immortal. Actually, you know what? Oh shit. Eat it. Crap. I'm in a jackpot. Just want to get out of here. You went off. Yeah, I'm just gonna go here and make the ride. There should be a marker on the map that shows you where the map is. Oh, okay. Having the map isn't the biggest deal in the world, I don't think, though. Okay, let's talk to this guy for... Well, hopefully he doesn't, like, attack me or some stupid. I'm gonna be annoyed if that happens.
I've been waiting for you with bated breath. Did you manage to recapture my fort? Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. I knew I was right to trust you. Now, here's your reward.
Is he gonna give me a dung beetle or something?
Go ahead. It's all yours.
Okay. Not that I'm gonna use daggers anyway, but let me see here. Yeah, I don't even have the skills for it. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. It's at the top of the cliff, even though I... Okay. Whatever. Is it this thing right here, Ethan? Okay.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right.
Hey, Silver. I gotta get the hell out of here because this bear is like death. I gotta get the hell out of here very quickly now that I have that map piece. Okay, I don't think he's on me. Okay. Gonna take a stab in the dark here and say I'm not supposed to go here. I go this way, maybe? So we've done, like, everything we can do down here, pretty much. If I can't go this way, maybe I go up this way? That's all that's left, I guess. Okay. Strike. Technically, this area is after the Margit boss fight, but there's no way I'm supposed to do the Margit boss fight already. So where else can I go? Can I go up here? Like, let's think about this. So I can't cross the water, I don't think. I've done everything down here. Gone up here. Did this. Can't go into the red area. I'm trying to figure out what my other options are. There should be a dungeon in that river that's connected to a lake. You mean this river, okay. Well, okay. Back in the starting area, okay. Oh, dude. You can't hit me from back there. Kiss my ass. On map. I need my map. Give me my map. There's no way I'm still aggro to any enemies. Thank you. Okay, so there should be a dungeon in that river. Are you talking about this? This, like, river area? It's the only thing I can think of. Like, this looks like a river to me. And I'll take a look. You're gonna survive. No. Okay. Oh god, I have a bug that's gonna eat my corpse now. What if I tried to jump right before I hit the ground? Would that, like, cushion my fall? That might work, actually. Doesn't work? Okay. Um... Okay, here we go. Oh shit, I've been invaded. Bad time, dude. Wherever the hell... Okay, well, this is not a good time. Really would prefer to not deal with this right now. But, so it is. Yeah. Well, that was tragic, but whatever. I didn't lose anything, really. I just have to do that garbage again. All for time if someone will come and help you. Yeah. EM. Wait, I can't go until I beat the invader? Okay. Alright, well, let's try. Although I can't imagine this going well for me. We both jump R2'd at the same time. That was phenomenal. I need help. Where's my help? I saw the person get summoned in, but where are they? Oh, yeah, that's fair. I think I'm going to have to use my shield. Oh, okay, there's the guy. Well, impeccable timing there, buddy. Thanks for helping me out there. Okay. Alright, guys, I think that's going to do it for this session. I'm probably going to come back on in a little bit and do some Horizon, because I'm still trying to finish that. But I think that's good on Elden Ring for tonight. We made good progress. We beat a few different bosses. We're getting somewhere, guys. Alright. See you guys soon. I'll be on Horizon later.